Welcome back on SkinClub community. Once again, coming at you with another video from the geographically challenged duo, Elfishguy, Pilski, and Bleh, here to talk the greatest Asian CS players of the modern era. If you watched us do a video a couple of months ago about the greatest Asian teams, it's going to be very similar to that one. We're going to go down this gigantic list of players and rank our top 20. We're going to go to 20. We'll have some honorable mentions in there as well. And I guess just before we get into the real meat and potatoes of it, the caveats that we've come up with are there needs to be at least a minimum of 25 HLTV officials. I feel like it probably should have even been higher. It could have been like 100. If you haven't played at least 25 HLTV officials, you don't even get to be on the mini shortlist or the mega shortlist. And then it also is just players that have played the majority of their career in Asia. So we're not talking about, let's say, for example, the Israeli players that play currently in teams like Team Vitality and in MOUs and stuff like that. That would obviously kind of break this little thought experiment. But those guys that have, for the most part, spent their time playing in Israeli teams can be part of the conversation. So, yeah, that's pretty much the only real caveats necessarily that we have here. So I don't know where to really start with this one, guys. But I think the easiest thing to do would be to just start killing some players from this this shortlist. But you go.
Well,
throw out Advent, throw out Forsaken, throw out whoever.
I think we can put Advent straight in number one. Just start us off here.
Shut the fuck up.
Nice and strong.
And the reasoning is based.
Reasoning. No, we don't. We don't need reason.
Player reason.
Lou never needed a reason, so no, I don't fucking need a reason.
I'll just write comments. We'll go comments.
Comments.
Advent is based.
Advent.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
I
mean, we can move him around later, of course.
We can move him around. Does he make it into the top 20? I think he probably does. Unironically, almost make top 20. Now,
yeah, okay, all right.
Bleh, you good?
We're off to a good start.
No, I'm all in. I'm just like, it's a hell of a way to start the fucking list, is what I'm saying.
It's the only way to start the list.
Can we like just like, you know, we'll obviously rearrange them. Let's look at the Chinese side of things, and I'm gonna list off a few names, and you can veto me if you disagree, right?
No,
so
we'll do that. Sounds good.
Attacker.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Attacker, and then I'm gonna throw in Captain Mo.
Okay.
Sure. Also, you know, legendary IGL, probably the most impactful one we've had from China. I'll throw in Danking. We'll talk about it later.
Yep.
You know, Danking. DD.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let us throw in Jam Young and G. We'll talk about it. You know, it's been very recency bias maybe. Then you go on the other side, Mercury and Mosier.
Mm-hmm.
Then Summer, 100%. Like Summer and somebody. Yep. Those two are 100% going to be in top 10 for me, honestly. And that's where I would draw the line for China.
Okay, I'm going to green those, but I'm also going to throw in Advent, Amelia.
Amelia?
Yeah.
Okay. Starry? I forgot
Starry.
And Zaka. I think Zara and Zaka get in there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Like I think they're worth a conversation. Is also my point. Even
fair.
Orman, who I've wrote wrong. Like I feel like Orman at least deserves like these could be like people that maybe make it in honorable mentions. For example,
how is Zoking not here?
He must not have been in the list of players. He must. That's why.
Bro, 100%.
Yeah, he should be.
I think he should be in.
I'll just put
he's 100%. Yeah.
The way that I made this list, by the way, is I went on HLTV and I sorted by all the players that have had their basically 25 officials, and then I just categorized it by Chinese players. So for some reason, maybe he's not in there.
Is it because he's actively a coach
It might
right
be
now?
because he's actively a coach at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
But this is obviously not an exhaustive list, so if you think there's a player that's missed, obviously by all means mention that at some point for sure.
Okay. For South Korea,
it's easy. I think only Zeta and Zine.
And Solo, and I'll talk about it later. Solo as well.
Solo? Okay, Solo, sure.
Okay.
Because Solo is the greatest Counter-Strike player from Asia ever, all time.
What?
All right. Yeah, he is. Solo.
Oh, all time. Okay.
Of all time. Not CSGO. But I feel like he had enough impact there.
All right.
The Israeli guys, I don't think any of them.
Mongolian's already triggered.
Yeah.
Mongolian, 910. The Mongols. Okay. The Mongols and Machine Gun and motherfucking
Zilkenberg, Machine Gun. I've got to find all the Mongols players now.
So 910.
Blitz.
Is anyone getting disqualified from the Mongolian list for reasons?
Yeah,
or,
I'm not putting Dobu. I'm not putting Dobu.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it because you know on Dobu. I used to like you a lot, but fuck yourself, man. I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't.
What about? Okay, Mara doesn't. Mara unfortunately doesn't make it as a player. I think unfortunately.
Coach, honorable mention. I'd put him in. Urcast, throw him in as well.
Maybe 9. I think could be worth a conversation point as well. He was part of the early
Yeah.
Mongols major qualifiers.
All right.
Not really.
And then from the bottom of that, I would throw
Annihilation. What about Annihilation?
No. He never had any like big peaks. He was only good in region. Freeman, I would throw in Freeman.
Yeah, Freeman
Score,
definitely
yes.
goes in.
Freeman 100% goes in. Last for just being a good-looking motherfucker. Like,
Okay.
Rip
Star
Pablo
points.
Escobar for the name. Singapore boys. Ooh.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh. I don't think Alex makes the cut for me, unfortunately.
I think Benkai.
Benkai, it's probably Benkai
was
impression
fucking
Splashkey,
insane.
maybe.
Splash K impression and Benkai. Yeah.
I don't think any of the other ones have really quite hit the same.
They've all been
heights.
kind of role players, and they haven't really peaked there. Malaysia, Kaze, 100%.
Obviously.
And this might be forgotten by a lot of people. I'm sure you guys will always remember. Achop and Eamon.
Okay. I'm going to throw Davai in as well, just as a conversation point.
Where's Excurate, baby?
Extra's an Indonesian player, mate.
Oh, yeah, shit. I'm retarded.
Down the bottom.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
All right.
Vietnam.
Vietnamese, crazy guy. Yep.
I just interviewed him last night. He was very happy. They just
He's
won.
also such a nice guy.
He'll be happy to know that he's at least on the shortlist to have a conversation about.
Bentet.
Bente Extra, obviously, no question about that.
Yeah, man. If only for a second played a little bit more, he would 100% be in a conversation. But no, I can't put anyone from Pakistan there. I can't put anyone. Not because I'm Indian, but more like just not enough, right?
Pretty good caveat to put in there.
I just need to put it out. Man, people are calling me Irish and racist at the same time nowadays. All right, it's insane, guys. I don't look Irish. Philippines.
I don't really think, unfortunately, any of them quite cut the mustard.
No.
Longevity-wise, I'd put dubstep, but I couldn't really, put. The thing with the Thai scene, and okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's any one particular player who really, stood out, right? Like we can say from Malaysia or from Indonesia. Everyone's kind of like at a pretty solid high level. But if I had to pick a couple, we can talk about cigarettes, right? PP overdose and PTC. That's who I would pick.
PTC and maybe Genius is probably the other one for me.
No one's going to say Olivia. We're just ignoring Olivia.
Well,
Olivia is. Oh shit. Okay, yeah.
If I'm being
real,
real,
the best.
If I'm being real, I don't think any of the Thai players would make my top 20 list.
They won't, but they could potentially come in like.
There was definitely a lot of Thai players that are decent. They may make honorable mention status. India, I think, is kind of the same story where
Forsaken, obviously, highest rated player ever from Asia.
Yeah, literally. By the way, if you click on this link here, which is I can't bring it up on screen because it's going to break everything. But it's the top. It's the Asia players that have played 25 HLTV officials, all of them. So I just basically went 25 officials, and if you're from, basically the list is like what? China, Mongolia, Korea, Israel, Taiwan, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, Pakistan, India, Philippines. Then you're on that list. And the top rated player on that list, when you click that button, when you click this link right here, is Forsaken.
Goat
status.
There are a few players missing for the Indian side of things, like players like Sai, some of the brutality guys, but they didn't really. I don't think they had too many opportunities to play internationally. So it doesn't fit our criteria. But all right, how many of these?
Well, how many have we got here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We've got like probably 40-ish players to cut down. So now I think is where we can actually start populating the list based on our
47 approximately. 47. Yeah, 47.
So I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think the top 5 players are the Mongols players.
I disagree.
Hate that. Well, what criteria? Like winning?
Well, they have done more in Asian than any other player in Asian Counter-Strike. They've made a major final. No other Asian players made a major final. They have consistently placed in major playoffs. No other Asian player has ever done that before. They have won tournaments. Barely any other Asian players have done that before. They've had a longer run at the top in terms of like HLTV ranking or any kind of ranking that you could possibly come up with than any other player. And they're just the best team that we've ever had. So like, I don't really...
Ben 10 is top 5. Ben 10 is top 5.
Ben 10 is top 5.
I agree
you think
with
Ben 10's top 5?
Ben 10 is top 5.
Over who in the
100%.
Mongols? Over who?
Over Techno.
Okay, so no. Well, let's just do the Mongols players first. Let's just say,
put in.
Who's your number one player? If we have a number one player, is it Blitz?
Blitz.
It's Blitz, right? For me, it's Blitz 1, Techno 2.
Are you fucking insane?
What? How's that insane? How is that insane? Are you just copying Kassad? You just want to be the Kassad of this show?
No. Like we gotta think about this. Like, Blitz is the greatest player from Asia. In the modern era in CS:GO.
Yes.
He's top 5, 100%. But okay, let's fill it up first. Let's like populate the list, right? 9-10.
You think 9-10's 2?
No. Let's populate them. Just like populate. Like,
okay, I'm going to do it in
10,
this order then. I'm going to do it in the order that I would have these Mongols players. That's how I would have it.
You don't have Ben 10 in the top 5, bro. It's actually insane. Recency bias.
Okay,
it's also very boring.
Yeah, but that's not what this is about. It's not about being boring.
No. This is not about the best team, right? It's not about the player popped off, right? Like, it's not about the
okay. So you're making the argument that Ben 10 is a better player than
Astralis.
Player.
By that logic, Astralis 2018 and 2019 should have been the top of HLTV. All 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's
2
different
years back to back.
When it's a yearly thing.
Different?
When it's a yearly thing versus a modern era. Like this is
fine.
You know what I mean? Like,
the Astralis did more. They have the most incredible run of all time in the past 13 years. So are you saying all the 5 Astralis guys should be in the top 5 greatest players of all time in the world? No, right?
Well, they should be in the conversation at least.
No, they can't be the top 5. That simple exists.
Okay.
Even if you take away the current Vitality run, right? Because obviously they're competing right there. I'd say maybe Device would be in the top 5.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. But I think when I'm thinking about this with regard to this specific example with the Asian players, I don't rate Bentet that much higher on an individual level than I do a lot of these Mongolian players.
Recency bias. Also, they have a much better team. Bentet was a hard carry, communicating in 3 languages for his team, and dude, like, he was the player. He was by far the player to an extent.
I was there. I remember. Like, I know. I understand
we all remember, right? So you can't forget that. Like, this is the Bentet was playing the game simple and hard mode, except he had to speak 3 languages at the same time as well.
Right.
I would put him in top 3.
Listen. If you're saying that and Pilski's saying that, then I'm overruled. Obviously, there's no argument. So
all right, let's go to the top 10.
Let's just do top 10, and then we'll wiggle the numbers around. Yeah.
Yes.
So beyond Bentet, is Excurat in there? Excurat Kaze would probably be my next 2.
Hold up. No.
Or
Summer.
Somebody.
Excurat had a much shorter run. You got to remember that, right? He had that run with Tai Lu, which is incredible. He's definitely going to be in a conversation, but I don't think he was up there. I think Summer and somebody I still feel is the GOAT of Chinese CS when it comes to just fragging out, right? Just being that guy. So I would put somebody over Summer, but they're right next to each other if you ask me.
Sure.
The 10th player for me, that I have to do a little bit of thinking here, right?
Machine Gun, Zilkenberg. Probably not Zilkenberg.
Legacy-wise, Machine Gun is there. Is he in my top 10? I don't
What about
know.
the Koreans? Zeta, Zion, Solo?
No. They're not in the top 10. Not top 10.
Kaze?
Longevity, impact, how much is done with, yeah.
Like for me, I think it's Excurat Kaze here as 9-10. And then maybe like...
Machine Gun.
Yeah, and then like Machine Gun's like close as well, kind of thing.
You got to also remember, we got to use the same gauge for this.
Above Machine Gun.
Oh, Attacker as well, of course.
Attacker's absolutely got to be.
You got to remember, like the same argument made about Excurat having like a shorter, time at the top. With that Tai Lu lineup, we're going to apply the same thing with Machine Gun as well. He was fucking peak back in 2015 and 16, and then completely fell off.
I think he'll end up being somewhere like 15, 16, 17, to be honest.
Yes. Attacker, I think, is higher up. Honestly, I agree. I think Zoking has to be there. It's just... Dude, like,
if you have Zoking there, you kind of have Advent in.
No, Zoking he was a player, bro. He fragged the fuck out.
Fuck,
He
he's
fragged the fuck out.
Such an easy bait, bro. No, no. All right.
Cunt.
All
right.
I'm gonna go ahead and say career pride and say that Zion should be in like 18 or 19 somewhere thereabouts.
I agree. I throw him in.
I think Zion was unbelievable. Like honestly, it's been lost to the history books at this point.
He was
But
so
Zion
good.
was literally like the one player out of Korea that I was like, this guy could be like on a HLTV top 20 list, you know?
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
actually had the potential to be like insane.
If he was like kind of like, you know, the Korean Jam Young before Jam Young was even like a thing, basically.
yeah.
Speaking of Jam Young.
Yeah, so this is where we start to get into, I think, the more modern day players a
Yes.
little bit. Jam Young's definitely up there for me. I think
Honestly,
Zaka at this stage probably has to be in that
Am
conversation.
I crazy to say Benkai could steal it like a 20th or a 19th?
He
Or
never
something
did
like
anything
that?
internationally,
At one
dude.
point,
Yeah.
at one point,
Internationally.
Benkai was insane.
Benkai was
Like,
Bentet before Bentet.
But,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about like all these players I mentioned right here have done something internationally. Something.
That's my big
every
takeaway
single
too.
one of them. Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about how much they played, how many maps they played, but more about how much you could look at any of these players and be like, yep, I remember this one time where Attacker just destroyed an EU team or something like that. Everyone's done this. I don't think any of the Singaporeans ever did anything like that.
No,
Well,
I
I think we can put Zaka and Starry then. Like
That's my take as well. As
Around
that I think you
Starry.
can't. I think you can't not have Zaka at least in this conversation, and beyond him, maybe Starry as well.
Zacher's rise to the way we talk about him right now is after he picked up the AWP.
Yes, but
I don't think he was spoken to the same level.
Even before then, he's qualifying for majors, bro. Like they've played like what 3 or 4 majors now. Lin Vision, they've
Yeah.
had Lin Vision have had the deepest run of an Asian CS team at a major, aside from the Mongols, since the Tyloo run. With
Fair.
the most recent major that they played.
And if you're talking about a Tyloo run, then you know, Captain Mo.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's definitely part
Mo's definitely in there.
of that. I mean, then DD
DD.
potentially as well.
Are we putting score?
Cool.
Yeah, it's
Very short tenure. Very short. And then he fell off. Oh my god, he fell off. But he was the one guy where, you know, when we talk about IHC team and how they're beating some of the Brazilians and all these guys, he was the guy who was stepping up. You know, he was one of the tip of the spear when we saw the rise of
what about
IHC.
this? Would you have score over someone like, say, Freeman? Or G?
Wait, is Freeman on our top 20?
No, we're just talking about names right now to like
Okay.
I'm trying to like cull the list a little bit, you know what I mean?
I don't think DD cracks top 20.
Yeah, I don't
for
think
me.
so either. So we can put, let's say DD's honorable mention for now. I think I'm willing to put score in here and honorable mention as well.
I agree. Have you put attacker already? Yeah, we put attacker in already. Who?
So for me, like maybe Freeman goes in honorable mention, potentially like maybe gets a 20th or something like
Freeman
that.
is not a 20th, top 20 player.
He's not
at
top
all.
20.
What? You guys
He was there for
you're
a
on
while.
crack,
Okay,
mate.
what about Zilkenberg then?
Zuckerberg's not either.
Honorable
I
mention.
don't think
Honorable mention. Honorable
Zuckerberg's
mention.
not in the top 20. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Honorable mention.
chance.
So we're basically trying
Dan King, DD, honorable mention.
Dan King's not getting in the top 20 either. As much
No,
as I
I'm-
love him, and that gun's absolutely cooked.
All I'm saying are honorable mentions. Mosier,
feel like-
Mercury as well.
Yeah,
they have
Mercury
been
or
very
Mosey
solid.
are a consideration.
Yeah. We can drag one of these guys in
Yeah,
the top
this
20,
is
by the way.
for sure.
I'm just removing the chaff.
We have G in our top 20. We don't.
I
have
think G
there
would
yet.
be part of a conversation for sure for me.
G is definitely a conversation.
So honestly, and I know it sounds cap, but like Amelia, I think again, like longevity of having qualified to so many majors and had a very good major run. Like
He was
he
was a
sneaks-
part of the team. That's
he
it.
definitely sneaks an
like-
honorable mention at the very least, I'd say. Over like, you know, when we're talking about like, let's say like Benkai, Impression, Splashkey, Archap, Eamon, like Amelia's had a better career than these guys. Like there's no doubt. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
So-
but it's not fair comparison. It's a completely different era.
Yes. Also, I'd put Advent
in honorable
over-
mention.
over.
Over Amelia?
Yes.
I also would put Advent over Amelia, or maybe even Dan King, those kind of guys. I've 100%
Dan
Advent's
King-
over,
Dan King had a
over
crazy
Freeman.
peak.
I
Yeah,
might even
Dan-
put Advent over Score.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of longevity, I don't think it's unreasonable to actually have that. Is there anyone obvious that we're missing? I feel like there's got to be someone. I'm just looking
I'm
at
trying
this.
to think.
I feel like we've
I'm
got-
trying to think. look, we have players like TB Savage as well. Just to reiterate, we're not adding some of these players like Solo, for example, because we're talking about a modern day era. We're not talking about 1.6. If we're talking about 1.6 as well, the whole different conversation, because then you'd have Savage, you'd have fucking Jungle, you'd have potentially Sakula, you'd have Solo, Perry, Glow, Termi, the greatest Counter-Strike team of all time, at least back then. So we're not bringing them in because I don't think they did enough in
I
in
see
CS:GO.
I see all these guys on the rig, Bleh. Like, it's kind of crazy. I'm just
Oh
living
yeah,
large out
the
here.
Valve again.
I'm getting in the elevator. I'm getting in the
Yeah.
elevator, and I'm staring directly at Solo, and I'm like, what the fuck is life?
You should have got down on your knees. Legend.
Yeah. Look,
Not
the
worth it.
elevator ride not long enough.
I
Please, my
think
king.
this. I think honorable mentions is fine because I feel like after this it just becomes like just throwing everyone right. I'm not able to like really rank them properly. I say let's try to fill out the top 20. There's 2 more left. Who do we drag?
So
from
who
there?
out of this are we going to get into the top 20?
Yes, that's a conversation we should be
Score,
having.
maybe
Score, Mercury,
Advent.
Mosaic are probably my top.
Mercury,
3.
Mosaic, Advent. I
or
think
G.
Advent.
Advent, man. Yeah, I'd put
I think
Captain Moore and
Advent.
Advent at the bottom.
This is like a
vibes.
combo of like results, longevity, and how good they are as players,
And Aura.
Yes.
and aura,
Advent.
Pure
and
aura.
cultural impact.
Crazy guy?
You put aura next to Advent.
I don't think you can make an argument that Crazy Guy makes the top 20 Asian players of the modern
There's
era.
no way.
There's no way.
There's no
Crazy
way.
guy.
Bro
Crazy
did not
guy
play
was
internationally enough. Like, it's just not.
He was the first player ever from Asia to have an HLTV frag movie. Frag movie. The Beast from the East. Yeah. And he was like, everyone was like, when they played the DreamHack, the pre-qualify for the major, even though it was pretty close, he was popping off, right? He was like fucking popping the fuck off. So I'd put him in an honorable mention, maybe not in the top 20.
Fun fact: Crazy Guy is the reigning champion of Pacific, which is the APAC region in Valorant.
It is funny
And
how many
he
of
is-
these players, especially like the Southeast Asia ones, are like
He
actually
is
good in Val.
he is the IGL of like the current reigning champion team, and he's like a support player. So
That's crazy.
he's not
That's actually
an
crazy.
AWPer or anything like that. He's a hard support player on an IGL of like a Asia mixed team that like won the Asia event.
All right,
like
come on.
the-
We need one name here to put in here.
name?
Surely we can find a consensus.
I don't know. I kind of want to put
DD.
DD in there. Yeah, I kind of want to put DD in.
All right. Let's just work with that for now then. So we've got
They
our
made the top 10, you know?
loose 20.
With
We've got a
that call.
loose 20, sorry, plus some honorable mentions that could maybe come in or out.
Dude, DD's hair on his HLTV.
yeah.
You need to put that. You need to put that in
Captain
post.
Mo, what was he in a wheelchair or was he in crutches?
Yes,
That's what
no,
his
he
comment
was in a
used to be.
wheelchair with a
Wheelchair.
face to show the miners. Holy shit, it was amazing. And he gave me a cigarette.
There you go.
Sorry,
Vodka flavored cigarette. What a
sorry,
fucking
we can
weird-
put minus LVG plus LVG as the comment.
True.
Zaka, we can put what the fuck his name used to be like
Miss Mitsuha,
Mitsuha.
Yeah. anime buff.
Jamyoung, not good enough for Valorant.
I don't even know if that's true. I feel like that was a
No,
rumor.
he was supposed to play in the tier 2 Ascension thing for a year in order to be promoted, and he's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And I agree. Like, someone of his caliber, you just throw him into the deep end. He's going to swim.
Yeah. All right, let's start reordering some of these. So I feel like across the board, do we have Blitz 1 across the board? Is that yes or no?
Blitz one, number one.
Blitz 1 for me.
Bleh.
Oh man, like I see I see the logic, right? I really do see the logic coming in. IGL, right? He is that guy, with Mara, who's able to form the core of
Without
what is
Blitz,
the Mongols
there
right now.
is no era. There is
I
no
agree.
Mongolia. There is
I
nothing.
agree. I agree.
There is
But
only darkness.
let's take a moment to reflect and quickly, just like all time greatest player, right? His raw fragging ability is up there, is really, really solid. Is he the best? No.
Yeah, but we're
Just
not rating it
fragging-wise.
based on best on fragging wise. This is greatest
I know,
player.
like,
He is
player.
the fucking greatest Asia player. Come on, surely.
He's the best.
In the modern era.
Modern era. He is
He's
the best in the modern era.
IGL the team to a major final, back-to-back major playoffs appearances, while putting up more than a 1.x rating. I don't know what number, but it would be higher than 1.0 for sure. Done something unprecedented for the region. He's been there since the beginning of that team. He's literally guided that team from the ground up. He's now the dad of the team alongside Mara. They're like two dads. Take of that what you will.
Dads.
I don't think there's any other player that you can make those kinds of, like, okay, look, you could say Bentet on an individual level, like maybe he peaked higher than Blitz did.
He was a better individual player, but he just didn't achieve.
But he didn't have the results.
Yeah.
This is like an HLB conversation. Zywoo and fucking Simple. Zywoo winning shit, and then Simple.
But see, I think the gap between Simple and Zywoo, just in terms of sheer aura and like wow factor in the server, is way bigger than Bentet versus Blitz in the server.
If you're talking about aura, bro, Bentet's aura was out of the world. He had two nationalities, right? Like, the guy's insane.
Bro, they're like literally Bentet and Blitz are literally the same exact player. They do good things in the server, and then they'd never say a word outside the server. So I don't know what you're talking about with aura.
Yeah, he doesn't have to say anything. That's the thing. All right. Okay. All right.
It doesn't matter though, Blair.
I still have my reservations, but I will agree with the majority.
Okay. Here's the question: would you have Blitz as number 2? If you are saying Bentet's 1, let's assume.
I'd put Blitz as number 2.
Would Blitz be number 2? In which case,
yes.
if Pilly and I are saying Blitz 1 and
then majority work, that's how this
Blitz
works
1.
here.
Yeah,
Blitz is 1. I
agree.
Blitz is 1. I put Bentet number 2.
So where's Bentet for you, Pilski?
I put Bentet number 2.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why very quickly, right? Techno, he was incredible at the beginning. Then, obviously with the roles he plays and everything, his number hasn't quite had the impact. It has ups and downs and whatnot. Senzu, great group stage player. It's only now. And if he continues this trend, right, for the next, let's say, a year, he is going to be undisputably the best Asian player we have right now. But he did struggle, when it mattered the most for the majority of his stint in Mongol. It's only the last couple of events when he's really come into his own. 9-10, absolutely the best opera, really solid. Mazinho would be my number 5 as well. This was right in that particular order. I'm actually okay with the top 6 right now. I think everything kind of... I'd actually put Techno... Recency bias, he's a number 6. But what do you think about this, Pilski? Like, him number 4, looking at the longevity and what he was doing for them in the beginning.
Yeah, sure.
Senzu 3, yeah, for sure.
See, I can get behind Techno in 4, but I personally would have Techno in 3 just because of the longevity. I think I value that a little bit more than Senzu having had one good major playoffs.
It's a fucking major, though. It's a fucking major. And you got to remember something. It's not just about the playoffs. You got to remember, for the Mongols, their trajectory was about making out of the fucking groups into the playoffs, right? That's how they were able to find a consistency. And guess who was the guy who helped them every single time? It was Senzu. You can't deny that. He failed in the playoffs, but he's the reason they got into so many of these playoffs.
Yeah. But I think at this point, probably this team just doesn't exist unless Techno was doing what he did at the start.
Which is why he's my number 4. But he just doesn't have the frag. He never had the fragging output that Senzu puts out every event.
Sure. Okay. I'm happy with that. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm happy with, personally.
That's somebody above Summer, for sure.
Somebody above Summer, yep.
Yeah.
Xcurate, here's the thing with Xcurate, right? He was a part of that lineup, the title lineup, which had the crazy peak and everything. This is for you, Jordan, because he had that peak, right? Everyone remembers Xcurate, and dude, he was clutch as fuck, fucking good. Crazy. He had a very short lifespan though in Counter-Strike. He quickly moved on to Valorant, when the COVID shit happened and everything. Kaze is... There were times when he was the best operator we had in Asia. At times, like a top 2, top 3 player. Sometimes even peaking at number 1. He just never had the heights that Xcurate was able to achieve, so to speak.
I would say that is true. I agree. I think Kaze was close, though. Closer than most people would give him credit for because of his more recent form. I think people forget that Kaze was also very, very good in his time. So if we're actually looking at Xcurate and Kaze as 9 and 10, I would definitely have Kaze as 9 and Xcurate as 10.
I think I would have...
I'd have Kaze over Xcurate, personally.
I would maybe have Attacker at 9.
And also, I think that's not unreasonable either. I don't think that's unreasonable.
I agree as well. That's
so especially because of his more recent return to form. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
I think that's super impressive.
you actually get a lot of value out of Attacker in this current
Crazy
Tyloo.
longevity as well,
Yeah.
if you think about it, right?
So
He's had higher peaks. He's had a longer tenure as a player as well. Oh, it's a hard call to make, man. But I think Xcrit's peak was insane, bro. It was insane. 2018 Xcrit was something special, dude. Like, it's hard to deny that. And you got to remember, like, Tyloo, making it to I am.
Okay, how about this?
Shanghai.
Look at this though. By the way, have you got that HLTV link open? This might actually change your opinion a little bit. If you've got that HLTV link open, sort it by maps played, and then it's on this list. It's Summer, Somebody, Attacker, Advent, Kaze as the top 5 most maps played. Attacker 1.07 rating over 1,447 maps played. Where's Extra? Let me have a look. Extra is 698 at 1.09.
I'm putting in LAN. I'm going to put it in LAN. I switched it to LAN. And I'm going to actually go. Now, you know what? I'm going to go with big events because we're talking about top 10.
True, fair.
All right. So we're talking about Excurate and we're talking about Attacker, right? Attacker, 68 big event maps played.
0.85.
0.85 and Excurate 0.84 with fewer maps played.
So I would definitely say, even just based on the numbers, we're like talking vibes and whatever. We're kind of almost arguing Attacker higher. Even the numbers are saying Attacker higher than Extra in that. So that just seems to corroborate that to me.
And he's also not a fucking AWPer.
And he's also not an AWPer.
You're meant to have good numbers.
But okay, you know what? You've sold me. But for me now, the discussion comes in top 10 Kaze or Extra.
I think it's Kaze.
For the longevity.
For the longevity. For sure. For
Extra
sure.
had way more impact. Way more impact.
Yeah, but for like he was only in that team for like a year and a half or 2 years, maybe.
But we talk about 2018 Tyloo more than we talk about Kaze's and Titania. Think about it.
Yeah,
we do.
Kaze just has
Vici,
never had
true. That's true.
Vici was always Tyloo's foil. Vici was always, that's the team who always used to kind of challenge Tyloo. But Tyloo's the one who broke through, who got that run that in 2018. And if it was Bented by himself, it never would have happened. Excrit was absolutely instrumental in them having that particular year. So I love longevity, man. King Kaze for a fucking reason, but I'd pick Excrit over him.
I agree. I vote Excrit over Kaze, but it makes me sad to say that because that says a lot about Kaze's inability to actually be able to win anything.
He made his bed, right? Remember we had a conversation. I actually spoke to him once. I think it was in a podcast where I'm like, Kaze, I don't know why teams aren't approaching him or some shit like that. He should have moved out. And he's like, no, I actually like being here. I like being in China. I like being with these guys. I've had opportunities to potentially leave because he could speak English. He can speak very good English, in fact. He never did. So, and with that, he always remained at this, always second best in a team as well, right? Never the best. And when they went out, I won't lie, Vici or CyberZen or whatever they called back then, they did squat. And for that, I have to extra one more event in Kaze, man. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Definitely had the higher peak. And I think the thing that's convinced me in this one is that when you said we talk so much more about 2018 Tyloo than we do about anything in Kaze's career. And that's at the end of the day, like that 2018 Tyloo is probably still to this day like the second most impressive Asian CS team we've ever seen. That may be eclipsed by Linvision and Tyloo over the next 6 months in modern day. But at this stage, that's still a team that's held in reverence, whereas
look at G's interviews he was giving at Fisher, right? He was like, man, all I want to do is, get to the level of 2018 Tyloo. 7 years later, right? Still talking about them. So I think that speaks for itself, personally, for me.
So this, I think, is where it gets pretty hard, actually, after number 11, because I feel like there's a pretty significant drop-off just in terms of, especially tenure in a lot of these players.
Jamyong at 12.
Jamyong at 12?
Yeah.
No other player from Asia apart from 910 has gotten a HLTV MVP, so that'll convince me.
And on top of that, even though, the plebs are seeing him pop up now, and oh my god, this guy said we've been watching him for fucking ages, and we know how fucking insane he's been. He was never the reason why Admin's team struggled. He was the star, right? He was always a star. He's consistently been the star, and now is finally getting to shine in the with this new iteration, so to speak. So the only thing lacking for him is longevity. unfortunately. But if you look at his output, bro.
I mean, it's funny that you should say that, because just in terms of longevity, I mean, I don't know exactly where he is on this list, but he's got 770 maps played on HLTV, and that's more than... Bro, that is more than Blitz. That is more than Impression. That is more than
because there's so many
Westmelon.
fucking events that happen in China.
Yeah,
so many events that happen in
China. No, but not all of those
are
even on HLTV. To be fair, but I think he has been around for longer than we almost remember.
Been around since
2020?
2019, 2019, I think.
2019, yeah.
So he's actually been around for a long time.
And he was always a star. He never fell off. Dude, he's peaking now. Think about it, dude. He's 23 years of age. He's starting to peak now. He started playing when 17. Also, again, you got to say, the best Chinese player right now, and the only guy who comes into the conversation for me personally would be somebody, right? And maybe Summer to a certain degree, and you can't deny that. And sure, there's a bit of a recency bias overall, but man, like, he is peaking at such a level, such a high level, right? It's insane what he's doing to the server right now.
I mean, another 6 months, and this list looks completely different. Like, another 6 months of this from Tai Lu, and Jam Young's up in the top 10, and Zach is probably up in the top 10. Like, those kinds of things. But
one or two more events of what he's doing right now, and he's on my top 10.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, I even when I go back and look at the Asia list that we did for teams, I already like that list is obsolete at this point.
Okay,
like 3 months later or 4 months later.
I know I'm going to eat a little bit of our time here, but fuck it. We're allowed to change our minds, right? This Tai Lu's win yesterday is the first event. I mean, big. I'm not saying S-tier event, but like a big event. International event win by a Chinese team in over 15 fucking years, right?
Yeah.
Crazy recency bias. I'm talking about less than fucking 24 hours ago, right? But I think that has crazy repercussions as to how we should be ranking some of the players on the title lineup, particularly Jam Young.
Here's the question. Here's ultimately the question that you're asking: is Excurate Summer somebody's Tai Lu with Bentet? Did they upset better teams than the current Tai Lu beat to win this event?
That's the question. I think they did. I think they've beaten like some bigger names overall, but they didn't win an event. That's the thing.
And they're not, but the problem is the current Tai Lu as well is not near where the former Tai Lu was in the HLTV rankings. At least I'm not counting the VRS. That shit's trash.
Yeah.
The current Tai Lu's top 7 VRS, and then
I'm not counting VRS.
No, I understand that.
They're top 16 HLTV. They're 16 HLTV.
Which is not that's not that far off top 10, especially considering like back then there definitely wasn't as many teams competing in CS in general. So getting top 10 was easier. The teams back then were not as good either. Like I actually think top top 15 now is equivalent to top 10 in 2018. Is that a hot take?
No, it's not. What I'm trying to say here is I'm not saying like this Tai Lu is better than the other Tai Lu. That's not the conversation here, right? My thing is, can Jam Young pip Attacker or Excurate into the top 10, scraping it through? Just looking at what he's pulled off right now.
Yeah, I could be convinced.
Can you see that?
I could definitely be convinced.
See that?
I could be.
Yeah.
I'll put Jam Young at 10.
However, Attacker also did partake in this win that Jam Young just did as well. So he also gets some plus points for that too.
He gets some plus points as well.
You know what? I might put Attacker at 8, Jam Young at 9, Summer at 10, and then
no. I'd hard veto that. I'd hard veto that. I think Summer / Fancy One is just for me. He is right below somebody. Longevity, dude. He was a fucking star, bro. He was a fucking star. Somebody just being, he had aura points for being a fucking cooked unit, as I put there very beautifully, Jordan. I would put Jam Young.
Somebody's fine where he is. I'm just saying Jam Young at least goes above Excurate and Kaze. I could be convinced that he could go above Summer. I think Attacker can maybe go above Summer, but I'm not sure.
No, I'd put Jam Young over Attacker, bro.
Attacker was Attacker?
Yeah, because Attacker was always a very consistent piece, but never a star. Never a hard carry star. He was never that. Let's all be in agreement, right? He had crazy aim. He had some really good moments. He was a very good piece of all the teams he used to play for. Jam Young is a bona fide star. He is the truth. He is the future.
The thing is, do you take point? So this is where my one negative for Jam Young is that he's been in these good teams for a long time that have not succeeded. So you go back to Vici. All that time we said they're better than Tai Lu. They never won those games. All the time we said Rare Atom should be a team that qualified to a major. They never qualified to a major. Only now, in the last 6 months, yes, very recent, has that started to shift around. And in all of the teams that Attacker has ever played in, pretty much every single team, you go through every iteration of Tyloo, they were the best Asian team at that time.
I definitely have Attacker above Jamyang.
I
totally agree.
Okay. Can I ask you guys just to do one thing, right? Just open up Jamyang's events page, right?
Yep.
On HLTV, right? I'm not like looking too much into numbers or whatever, and you just filter out by
it's
LAN.
green. It's all green, bro.
It's insane. It's not just like 1.07 green.
Yeah.
It's like 1.1 plus. It is genuinely insane. Filter by LAN, bro. Like, you go back 21st to 28th in ESL Pro League Season 19 is still in green over there, right? Like, it's not his fault the team struggles. Like, even when they lose, he's always someone who's delivering time and time and time and time and time again. By the way, the Blast TV, Asia RMR, when they came in third, Rare Atom, 1.2 rating. 1.2. What more could they ask of him?
I actually don't have a strong feeling necessarily on this one. Jamyang versus Attacker at 9 and 10. So I put this down to you guys.
Have to split the difference though.
Who's got the veto? Are you both like? I'll give everyone. Everyone gets one veto. If my one veto was Bentet is not number one and Blitz is number one, and Blez vetoed somebody being moved down.
Can I give you guys a number right now?
No, I didn't want somebody moved down. I was just saying.
Or
I was
Summer,
just suggesting.
Yeah, Summer. I'd keep Summer and somebody on top, bro. I think they're like. I wouldn't touch them.
So neither of you are budging on your Jamyang 9 versus Attacker 10, Attacker 9 versus Jamyang 10.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think I would prefer to have Attacker higher, but that's just me.
Do you guys want to? Okay, here's another number, right? In the past 365 days, the Jamyang LAN events played, right? 1.22 rating.
Okay.
Yeah, I know he's a much better player. I know he's a much better player. It's more about
bro, this is across a year, a full year, when Tyloo have struggled as well.
I'm so torn on this one. I feel like you can go either way, and it just depends on who you value more. But I'll side with Blair on this one just because I sided with Pilski on the Blitz conversation. But realistically speaking, I think you can make an argument either way, to be honest. So let's just have Jamyang 9 and Attacker 10.
Yeah. I think I'm okay with the top 12 right
Jamyang has a HLDV MVP, Attacker doesn't. There we go. That can split the difference.
Sure.
I feel bad for Extra and Kaze though. Like, I feel like they deserve to be in the top 10, but you can't. You can't make an argument right now. Should
have had a better career. That's just all it is.
Now we talk about interesting here. Machine Gun, I think, belongs where he is. I feel like you could pip a couple of people above him.
I think I actually have a soft spot for Machine Gun. I would be down to put Machine Gun higher.
Machine Gun's fucking great.
I think we could put Machine Gun on 14 on Aura points. He's like a Bentet for me. He's like a talismanic Asia CS player.
Let's make the pitch for new viewers, right? Machine Gun was the breakout Asian player in the modern day era. Can we all agree on that? Crazy Guy might have had a HLTV highlight thing. Machine Gun fucking destroyed the best team in APAC in IEM Taipei out of nowhere. Just fucking chewed them up, fucking wrecked them. And then obviously they had visa issues. There's always that alternate reality where if they didn't have any visa issues, maybe they could have done more. Then the Splice thing happened. That wasn't exactly great. I mean, look at that fucking team. That was cooked, bro. And then it kind of fell off. But the peak he had at the time, everyone was talking about him.
Definitely paved the way for Bentet to do what Bentet did like a year or two later.
The Mongols exist right now. Machine Gun fucking fragged out so that these guys could make it to a major fucking final. So despite him having a very short peak, I agree.
The aura points definitely hard carry him, and this is the same thing.
His aura is off the fucking charts.
It's the same. We had the original Mongols in our top 10 Asia teams, and it's the same thing. And I think obviously a lot of it comes down to Machine Gun. So I could see him. I mean, like just as a player, I don't think he's 15th best Asian player of all time. You know what I mean? But like aura points definitely in terms of a greatest category. Definitely
at that moment, at that little snapshot of time, like I'm talking about late 2015, early 2016. I think he was the best rifler we had. Like honest to God, the guy was insane.
At one point he was 100% the best player in Asia.
So when you're talking about the top, the best top 20 players, he 100% is there. So I pip him way higher.
You want him to go
a lot
13?
of players we're putting in. Yeah, I'm okay with 13 because look, I know we talk about aura and look, I'll list all about a little bit of fun, a little bit of the seriousness and all of that. But I think it would be a disservice to the original fucking machine gun of Mongolia. Right, can't take that away from him. Not just aura points, man. The guy was legit fragging the fuck out. Sponge.
Yep.
Zoking.
Zerking beats Zine for sure.
Yes, Zine
What
comes
about
down,
but does
bro.
Mo and Didi beat Zoking? Surely Mo and Didi are over Zoking. Why would you have Zoking over Mo and Didi?
Yeah, I agree.
So if we've got a lot of movie to do here, I think. If we're looking at this now,
Zoking and Zine switch positions with Didi and Captain Mo.
Sure.
I'll do this.
Who is better though? I feel very similarly about Mo and Didi.
I think they're like the same player almost in my head. You know what I mean? One's in a wheelchair, one has crazy hair.
Different players.
Kind of the
They're
same
such
thing.
different players.
No, that's not what I'm like. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like just in my head, like just achievements wise, like they kind of just go hand in hand, if that makes sense.
Yes. The difference being, and okay,
it's like Summer and somebody. They're like a dynamic duo kind of thing.
Hot-ish. Okay, not hot. I'm not gonna do it. Like I don't believe this shit. DD was the he was just a guy just doing his job, right? Like when you had Bented and X-Grid over there, then of course you had somebody just doing somebody things. DD was kind of like the bedrock for the team, right? The guy holding shit together. And he was always there. He was never someone you'd expect to top the fragging department, but he was never really a complete liability as well. I feel like if you put in any other player in that role, I don't think they would have done as well as DD did, right? So that's why I would put him over there. Also, that hair is just fucking insane. And just, for me personally, that gives him a couple of extra points. Katmo, very simple, legendary player. Incredible longevity. This guy's coming in from the near the end of 1.6, right? He had more longevity than almost anyone else over there. IGL, right? Leading by example. And mate, rocking up to a LAN in a fucking the Asian minor with a fucking wheelchair because he couldn't fucking walk just to, frag out, just to play is saying something. Also, one of the main reasons why when this Tyler lineup, when they broke out in DreamHack Malmo, and everyone's like, this is unique, so different the way they're playing CS. I'm not just talking about YOLO running and gunning, but remember how Luminosity were like, this is fucking, we're not used to this. Like they were just so uncomfortable. One of the best teams in the world at the time, who was calling Captain fucking Bo.
Yeah.
So yeah, top 15 for me.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I think painting DD as a role player who did his job is the funniest thing ever because all of my memories of DD are like brain dead, fucking like random rounds, just getting a 4K out of nowhere, like incredibly sharp, and then like whiffing like a round later. Like DD was the most inconsistent, like flashy Chinese rifler that I could fucking think of,
But he made it work. It's crazy how, like, I look at somebody, and obviously somebody just being insane, right? But every time I think of somebody, I'm just closing my eyes, imagining his face, which I do quite frequently. And then you can see like DD just sneaking in to the edge of my vision. Is like, hello.
For me, the thing is, they're such different players. Like, I don't think somebody actually had that good mechanics. He had good aim, but he didn't have amazing aim. Somebody was like positionally and like decision making was like his strength. Like he had retard strength. Okay, that's what somebody had. DD actually had insane aim. Like he actually had insane mechanics. Like he had that like flick one bullet aim. Like he would be the cunt that would like be completely out of position, or his crosshair placement would be horseshit, and then he would just like flick one tap 3 people for no reason. Like that was fucking DD.
The thing with somebody always was like he was basically embodified counter logic gaming, right? It made no sense. But
sometimes somebody I feel like would not even be trying to aim very much. Like he wouldn't even need to be. He'd be like, I have such an advantage from my fucking positioning or like from the play that I just made that I could just spray and I will kill you because you're not even gonna have your fucking gun out or you're not gonna be ready for me to be pushing you right now.
Now this might piss you off, but
I hope it does.
Zaka over DD and Captain Mo?
No.
Unironically?
Absolutely. No, absolutely not. I mean, come on, man. Let's be real. How not?
Zaka's like hard carrying his team. This is the same argument you made for Jamia.
Okay, so what's the argument?
Since when?
Okay,
since the last 12 months.
This is the question. Okay, do we value the major run that LVG's had or being top 10 in the world?
Top 10 in the world.
Team? I think
Top 10
I
in the world.
value being top 10 in the world higher.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the upsets that they've had, that old Tai Lu has had, because it's very similar for me. Like old Tai Lu, they would like upset good teams sometimes, and then a lot of the time they would like take a map, similar to LVG, where it's like they could take a map off elite teams, but they're very, very rarely.
Yeah, but I
beating
think
them.
this is inconsistent with our Jamyang placing in that case, because then you would have attacker over Jamyang. Like if you're going to make that argument that DD and Mo don't,
Well, I would have attacker.
I
over
know,
Jamyang.
I understand that, but to me, Zaka gets the same bonus points as Jamyang for being the hard carry of his team, because he's literally like the only reason that they're making a lot of these events happen. Like you look at his numbers, he's dropping like 1.4 shit, bro.
Very recent. Okay, listen. It's very recently number one. Number two, like if you look at the major run, listen, I don't want to take anything away from them, but every single time they were underdogs scraping their way through. Each stage you made it through was in the 6th to 8th position as well, right? They were scraping their way through. They didn't really take down any, like apart from Falcons, yeah, sure, but it's fucking Falcons. They were losing to fucking everyone. But apart from that one BO1 against Falcons, I don't think any of the wins they had were necessarily massive overall. Lin Vision have always been the team who potentially could have done something, but they never really peaked properly. Is Zaka top 20 for me? Yes, he is. But there's no way in hell you can compare what Captain Mo and DD have achieved. Maybe not individually, but bro, the results. And again, I bring this
Also,
back, Jordan, 2018 Tai Lu.
My problem with LVG as well is just like they've been so fucking mid for a long time. Like it's, I feel like, and they've been flashing the pan at way too many international events and then like fallen
All right,
off.
let's leave it there. Then.
I'm just going to add one final thing. Lin Vision made their impact international. Obviously we knew about them, and internationally was when they played the Blast. You know the one, right? The one which the single elim which qualifies you.
The Starry 1v5.
Starry had the 1v5, right? Everyone's holy shit, is insane. No one spoke about Zacher. It was only Starry. And ever since then, I kept following the career very, very carefully, and they have just plateaued completely, right? In fact, they even went down a little bit. It's only very recently that, when they got Call Me Sue, even then they struggled. It's only very recently that I've had this uptick in results and in performance. And it's very, very recent. That's it.
They have called for a lot of majors, though. That's the thing.
Qualifying is fine, bro.
I mean, but how? Like, what about like Mo and Didi? They didn't play that many majors. Like, really? How many? A couple? Whereas Lin Vision are at least 3. I think it's at least 3, maybe 4.
Dude, I think they played at least 3.
How have Mo and Didi played?
3,
how many have Mo and Didi played?
I'm finding out right now. I think I played at least 3, dude. Anyway, I don't want to change that.
Okay. I'm fine with not changing that.
I mean, to be fair, like we could talk about qualifying for majors, but was there even as many spots like back then?
No, there weren't. There weren't. That's true. It was two spots. 2 spots.
Like I feel like it was always like Renegades and fucking
Renegades
like,
and Tai Lu.
Yeah, fighting for those spots all the time.
Tai Lu made it to the FACEIT, only the FACEIT major for Captain Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my point. Is that like they were good. They had a high peak for sure. But they haven't definitely had the tenure. I think that I think we sort of I honestly feel that we underrate Lin Vision as the 3 of us. I do think.
Also, by the way, 16 spots back then for the major. You had to go there, and you had to play like the pre thing as well. Remember that, like all of that. In that case, they qualified every single time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Dude, Tai Lu and Renegades. Yeah, Tai Lu and Renegades were top 2 at the Asian Minor for fucking. It was a joke at that point in time. Remember that, right?
It was, yeah.
And the reason they couldn't make it through because they had to play the next stage, which they weren't able to do.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah.
Rest my case.
Sure. All right. Okay. So do we then have Zaka in 16? Is he above Starry, Zion, Zoking, Advent plus the
I think Starry's above Zaka.
I disagree. I think Zaka's above Starry.
I think Starry's a better player.
I think Zaka is above Starry as well.
I think Zaka
is a hard carry player.
Yeah. Starry has fallen off too much in recent times. Also, the Tai Lu debacle, I think, really hurts his argument here. That I think in a lot of the more important matches as well, Zaka was always kind of there. He's even when he was rifling, he was never a bad player. He was not the star of the team at the time, but he was never a bad player, So I think with it's been a solid almost 12 months now where Zaka's just been absolutely farming and has been probably best player in China tier for those 12 months outside of maybe Jamyang doing what he did over the last weekend. So I think, to me, I give Zaka a lot of respect for the last 12 months. And I know that's recency bias, but Starry having had a good performance over a bit more of a longer tenure and then dropping off, it's kind of the extrovert versus Kaze again, where it's like, what are you valuing more here? I think in this instance, I'm valuing Zaka's ability to get them to this major, to get them deeper in this major, whereas Starry was kind of missing in a lot of instances, in a lot of the more recent tournaments. So I feel like this is just a 2-1. Me and Pilski choosing Zaka and you choosing Starry.
Yeah, I can live with that. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna like be really hard. Zoking over Zine.
I don't think Zine even belongs in the top 20, which makes me sad, but I kind of want to put him in there anyway. I'm looking at all the people in the honorable mentions. I think Score, Mercury, Mosey, and G all should be.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Zine's never qualified for a major. I think we have rose tinted glasses for Zine a little bit for sure.
Fuck.
So Score, Mercury, Mosey, G, Amelia, even
like
Dan King.
Zine not being there makes me feel as Zine not being there makes me feel as sad as Kaze not being in the top 10. Like you know, like,
but that's kind of the point of this exercise, though. That's kind of the point of this is people have these.
What was it all for, bro? Like fuck me.
Yeah, people have all of these like I think but until you really properly think about it, everyone has their favorites. You know what I mean? And for us, that's obviously Zine and
Zeta, like
Zeta and Advent and like. But like when you really look at it and go,
Advent,
yeah, of course, Advent's the GOAT. I mean, it's like, would you? Like, would you actually say that they had a better
brought up Advent at all? Yeah.
Aura.
Oh.
We're just keeping him at 20 until we initially. He's going to get bumped off any minute now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think even Zoking, for me, probably gets bumped off for, like, Mercury, Mosea, Jamyang. Mercury, Mosea, G.
Nah.
Ors, and Orscore.
No. Not for this guy. Not for
all
the guy.
All right. Well, okay. So you want to have Zoking in 18? You want to leave that there?
Sure.
And
that's fine with me.
Who's our number 19 then? If we've taken Zine out of there.
Okay, let's make a case for everything. Freeman's not going to be there.
No.
Zilkenbrook's not going to be there.
No.
Danking's not going to be there. Right.
No.
Amelia's not going to be there. Zine's not going to be there. Crazy Guy's not going to be there. Westmont's not going to be there. Now the conversation remaining here is G, Mercury, Mosea, and Skull. I don't think Amelia belongs there either, bro. Like one good tournament doesn't. Yeah.
Okay, so Amelia goes on this side as well.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's like honorable mention, bro. Just because of the R and interviews and everything.
Bro, it's the same thing. He's qualified for 3 majors. Half of these guys on this honorable mention haven't even fucking basically made a major.
That's because they have like fucking 24 spots.
And he played really fucking well at that major as well. And I know it was one major. I know.
One event. He's played well at one event.
Bro, that's fucking Zilkenberg's entire... Bro, this guy, he's played like...
Yeah, but he won the event.
Look at his career,
though. And he made
a
path for the next generation. Like, the impact machine has cannot be compared with what Amelia did, apart from a couple of funny interviews. Anyway...
You're going to say Crazy Guy is more of an honorable mention to me than Amelia because he got one HLTV video, bro. What the fuck?
He was the first pop-out play from Asia ever. Okay.
Hey, I talked to Crazy Guy yesterday. He was a nice guy.
I'm sure he's a nice guy, but
fuck you, Jordan.
You're just you're an Amelia hater, bro. You are.
I love the guy, but like I hate you putting him in the top 20 or like even in conversation honorable mention. All right, wait. Let's do this. Top 4, right? So we got Score. Let's make a cases here. Score was instrumental, and he was widely regarded as like maybe the best or the second best player in that team, alongside Techno. Right when Techno was hard hitting, he was having.
I think it was definitely the best.
Like he was definitely the best. Fair enough. On IHC, which was on the up and up. Obviously, the entire schism happened to the team, and he had to let go. And then even when he was playing, locally, even though he never found the success anywhere close to it, IHC, he was still fracking out. He still, he has what it takes. And I feel like if things work out, there's a new Mongols Part 2 coming up. I think he should 100% still be in the conversation. So we have that. Mercury and Mosey, I look at them as like a combo, right? These are 2 players picked almost at the same time by Advent.
They joined at the exact same time, by the way.
Exact same time. And they're basically Jamyang Part 2.
Played their entire careers together in the same team.
Every time, and with Advent, and with Mercury calling right now, and what Tyloo's pulling off, especially at the major, winning this Fisher event as well, right? I actually lean a little bit towards Mercury because he's IGLing as well, right? A role that we know for a fact has been a problem in Chinese Counter-Strike. Apart from Captain Mo and Advent, we've had just fuck all IGLers. Westmoreland, okay, he's gotten better recently, right? Apart from that, everyone struggled. We've always asked, who are they going to pick up? Who's going to don the hat? And it sucks, right? You don't want to give up your fragging ability because that's always going to take a hit. So we were always wondering, it's going to be Jam Young, it's going to be Mercury, it's going to be Mosier. Who the fuck is it going to be once Advent leaves? He took up that role, and he's now led Tai Lu to the best result they've had in a major in a very, 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 very long time. Number one.
Yep.
Number two, they've won, a Chinese team has won an event, an A-tier international event for the very first time in a modern day era. And he's calling, right? He's calling, and he's doing whatever it takes. Now, I can't say the same for Mosier. I think he's a very good piece. I think he really fits in, but he's kind of like the attacker sort of player for me, right? But whatever I said about Mercury, I could say for Mosier, apart from the calling thing. And then we have G, right? Who is the second star of this title lineup. We put Jam Young in top, in top 9, in 9th position, right? Yeah. And G is more recent coming in. We saw what he did in the major, bro. He was fucking phenomenal. Great personality. Everyone fucking loves him, right? He's very emotional. He loves what he does. He comes into the playoff. He delivers, man. He was popping off. I forgot which map it was against Astrology. He fucking just wrecked them. And they're like, yeah, there's nothing we can do. Nuke. They didn't know what to do against him on Nuke, bro. He was just fucking farming against them. The only caveat being he came in only for the playoffs because of the visa issue and everything, right?
Technically, they're supposed to be the hardest matches, so
fair, but he wasn't there, right? But so these are the pitches, I guess, for these 4 players. Now, where would you guys rank them?
I think. See, because again, I value the major a lot, and I think Score has played at more majors, like qualified for more majors than Mercury, Mosier, and certainly Mercury and Mosier, because they've only recently started to qualify for majors again, apparently. G definitely has a bit of a run because he was obviously on Envision at the time.
He has never qualified. I mean, he's played 2 challenger stages.
Score.
That's it. Score. That's
it.
And those 2 events, he Mercury, had a 0.93 and a 0.95 rating.
And Mercury and Mosier have played 1, and G's played 2 or 3. But I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out in my head why I feel this way. But my gut feeling is Score misses out, and the conversations between Mercury, Mosier, and G, and I'm leaning Mercury G. That's why I'm trying. But I'm trying to understand why do I think that.
But why are you counting out Score when he is the reason that the IHC core were able to transition into the Mongols and become what they were? Because he was definitely the reason why people stood up.
He's part of. Blitz is a very big point, and Techno is a very big point.
But he was also the best player in the team. Like, best raw fragger in the team. You can't discount that. And they were known for being hard-hitting.
Sure, but he was only there for... When they started breaking out, I think it was, like a 12-month period until he then disappeared. So the 2 major cycles, and then he was kind of gone. And you look at the rest of the success that the team has had even without him versus what kind of success he has had as an individual without the team. And you think, well, where did that value come from? Was it the team or was it from Score? Well, obviously the team's gone fucking phenomenally since then. Score has, frankly, been quite average, domestically speaking. Like, he's been fine, but he hasn't been anything outrageously impressive. So I don't think you can give Score as much props necessarily for his time in the Mongols as you can give the Mongols players of today, if that makes sense. So
I don't see that.
So again, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, like I feel like Score's, for me, the least exciting of those 4.
I feel like I'm not excited about any of these players. I almost want to just fucking slap Zion in there again.
No, I
want to slap
There's
Zion
no way you can put Zion over any of these 4. I'm sorry.
Not based on qualifications or anything, but just based on like impact and like playing for a fucking region that like didn't have that many good players or that great opportunities,
Yeah, but
I think Mercury and G.
I like the Mercury argument. I think we're kind of across the board leaning Mercury. Are you leaning Mercury, Bleh? I'm definitely leaning Mercury 19. That I can say, and I like the argument that he's the IGL. This Tai Lu team's obviously seen a bit of an uptick since he did join as the IGL. Even prior to that point, he was definitely a focal point for the Rare Atom roster where people are like, this guy's really sick. Obviously, he's new. So I'm happy with Mercury in 19.
And I will throw in one more addendum to that, right? I'm in agreement. I think Mercury should belong there. A lot of people are going to be like, but no, he's, IGL, blah, blah. All the interviews, but he's the lowest rated player. Like, Mosier frags are way harder than he does. But the thing is, a lot of the issues with a lot of the Chinese teams are how one-dimensional they are, how they haven't evolved a lot and whatnot. The interviews being given by a lot of the opponents they face on Fisher, very recency bias, of course, but they're like, oh man, they're putting in work, right? They're playing well. The system works, right? Yeah. So if we praised Zoking earlier as a coach, then how he's been making, like helping develop the system, but in the server, it's been Mercury. He's been doing a lot of the, calling and everything. So sure, G has been incredible as the opera and everything. And then you have, of course, Jam Young being fucking Jam Young. But I think Mercury absolutely, actually, no, he's not above bottom fragging. He's above attacker most of the times.
Yeah.
While calling as well.
Attacker's playing anchor roles, so.
Fair enough, bro. But still, you don't expect. Usually, because we have people like Blitz and everything, we're like, oh, Nigel can frag up, but usually they do struggle.
It's the same thing as Inns though. Like Mercury was always he was a good rifler. He's a very good rifler. Before he went to IGL, so you do expect some level of he can at least shoot straight. He's not an Advent tier player, so I'm not super surprised.
I'm okay with this. Okay. I'm okay with this.
Now, Advent number 20. Or G.
Are we memeing?
We're definitely memeing with Advent number 20 on all-time fucking CS players.
Advent,
he's got to be an honorable mention.
Here's my pitch.
He's had a big impact.
Here's my pitch. Advent retiring is the reason Tyler
you can't use that as an argument to put him in the top 20. That's an argument to be an honorable mention.
Does he get points for scouting?
No, that's not his career, bro. That's not his fucking career.
His career has been, consistently, just nipping at the heels of the best Chinese team or the best team in Asia for the longest time. He's been the guy who found Jam Young, he found Mozia, he found Mercury. Yeah, incredible scouting talent. The only real IGL we had in China after Captain Mo left as well. Right at the same time. And also got denied, bro. The sheer aura. Man, I made a tweet making fun of Advent, and I had 50 Chinese accounts coming at me, typing in Mandarin. I had to Google that. And it seems like they weren't insulting me or anything, but it was more like a phrasing, a Chinese phrase saying, there is a god and his name is Advent, right? And I'm damn, the guy has a cult as well. How many players have cults?
If you had to choose 20 Asian Counter-Strike players to battle for your life against the best CS aliens of all time, would Advent be on your list?
He'd fucking shank them, bro.
Or would you rather have G maybe, or Score, or Mosaic?
Okay, jokes aside, I'd put G.
Yeah, G.
I think G.
I might even put G above Mercury.
I can see
personally,
yeah, but I think G belongs there. Yeah. But in my honorable mentions, let it be said, I want Advent at the fucking top.
All right.
Advent is the worst player to be considered for a top 20 of all time.
I'm looking at the list of, again.
Okay, are we done pretending? Are we done pretending Advent's a top 20 player?
Dude, you just have to look at this list on HLTV, the one that I've, this HLTV link, and sort by the maps played. He is the only player on my screen that has a red rating. The only.
Advent is incrementally better as an individual player than the Korean player by the name of Autist.
Yes, that's true. By the way, Advent finished his career with a KD differential of minus 3,274.
Unlucky.
That's insane, dude. That's such an insane number, bro. What the fuck?
If my guy had been shackled to the IGL duties, then it'd be.
Oh, I want to see on this list. He has the worst KD differential of this list, and that's probably 500 players. I don't know how many players are on this list. The highest is Kaze, plus 5,134. So shout out
bro,
Kaze.
That's it. So his teammate. His oldest teammate, one of his oldest teammates, has the highest differential, and then he has the.
Well, where do you think all the kills are going? That's the actual thing. They're all going to Kaze.
This is the most insane thing. His KD difference is minus 3,247. The second lowest in Asia is Tamir.
Yeah,
everyone remembers Tamir, right?
Yeah.
He's minus 1,400. He has double the fucking KD.
In fairness, he has played 4 times as many games as Tamir. So Tamir's about half as bad, but 4 times less games. So
you got to put some respect on his name. He has been fucking bottom fragging for a decade.
Yeah.
You know, like
And having
well
some
done,
egregious
respect.
like 6 and 20 games, like that's a standard game.
Respect.
Anyway,
But you know what?
it's
But
kept
but, but you know
around.
who? But you know who is the god of like just one of the worst ever like fragging wise. Not a lot of people talk about it anymore. But at one point, for a very short period of time, I think in 2013-14, the best team in Asia was an Indonesian team,
Oh yeah.
and there was Forged. I don't know if you guys remember from NXL.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
FRGD, and bro, it was rough because he played. I'm trying to remember the resolution. He'd play like in a. It's like at that time we had the BenQ monitors out, right? The 120 hertz ones.
Yep.
The
I
XL
had that
24 whatever it is, yeah. And
2410
he
or
played a
whatever,
resolution of like I think 640 by 640, some shit like that.
A square.
I'm not kidding. It's a square. It was a
480.
square in the fucking
little
thing.
box. Yep.
It was insane. I'm trying to find a photo of that. It was fucking insane. And I'm just looking at the numbers here, right? So this is actually hilarious. He's played 130 maps, right?
Right.
That's like minuscule amounts. And he has minus 822.
That's a lot.
Minus 822. And his KD is 0.65.
He's going at probably like -7 on average per match.
Advent is 0.81. He's 0.65.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it happens.
Shout out Forge. Lovely guy though.
Yep.
All right. I mean,
so-
there's a lot of Chinese players on this list. Fuck me. It's just
Yeah.
China, Mongolia. Like this is
It
the
is.
world we live in.
Are you surprised?
China,
Like,
Mongolia, and 2 Indonesians. Is that what we actually have come up with? I fucking hate it here.
Malaysia, Kaze, Malaysia.
Malaysia, okay. That's it. Kaze,
So yeah,
Malaysia.
two Indo, 1 Malaysia, and a bunch of Chinese and a bunch of Mongolian.
3
No
SEA.
Indians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But again, that's probably
Man.
fairly representative of where Counter-Strike in Asia is at. So
I mean, it is.
I think it makes
is.
sense.
But
Yeah.
I wish that we had some of these teams maybe do a little bit better.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I really wish.
So let's just quickly wrap it up. Since we are now at an hour and 10 minutes, this has been longer than we probably intended.
We're
Honorable
passionate.
mentions, are these all staying honorable mentions? Do we want to kill any honorable mentions? Because I feel like
I'd kill Amelia.
that's a
I
bit
would
harsh.
kill him in real life, but I'd take him out,
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
I'll take him out.
In
I'll take him
Minecraft.
out. Yeah, Minecraft. Since we're doing
Benkai.
honorable mentions,
Benkai.
Benkai. Yeah, I'd put Urcas as well.
Yeah.
Urcas the player, even though
Zeta.
he played
Zeta can
in
have
an
an
off team.
honorable mention. He was entirely.
Yeah, Zeta should have one. Zilkenberg, he was the second best player alongside
He's on
Machine
there,
Gun.
yeah.
Can't forget he's on there. Yeah, he's there. Cool.
I feel like if you're gonna do Benkai, you have to do Splashkey as well.
Flashkey,
Yeah.
though always the one who could have been, you know.
Yeah.
Sadly, it never worked out. Yeah, I think that's it, dude.
Gonna give a tie player, put a tie player in there.
I think PTC is not a bad shout. I like PTC for his.
I think
10-8.
Olivia over PTC.
I go with Olivia as well, mainly because PDC was more known because he continued playing and then he played in that team with Bented as well, right? So
Yeah.
more recency thingy.
PTC. The reason why you would go for PTC is Lucid Dream actually qualified for an international event, which was that Dallas one. But I think Olivia was better personally.
What about Ormond? We've got Zoking in our top 18. We've got
Yeah.
Advent in honorable mentions. Kaze's up there. And Jamia. It's like his entire team apart from Ormond. I think Ormond gets an honorable mention for me.
I think, yeah, fine, fair enough. He was always there. Not the
Also,
best, but he was always there.
shout out to Ormond for literally trolling us his entire career, and only when he had retired did we find out his name was actually supposed to be pronounced AU-Man, not Ormond.
Well, too late now, buddy.
How about-
You got. I'm not gonna get an opportunity to give you this little tidbit, but like you can see BMW gigs there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what BMW stands for?
Do I want to know?
Big and wet.
Yeah. It's nothing crazy, but it's like a small little. It's a small little. It's a small little like tidbit in like well Asian CS, which not a lot of people know. But how do I just send you guys something?
Send on
Give me a
WhatsApp.
sec. Yeah, let's send it on WhatsApp. So in Thai, the Thai language, right? It's straight lines with little like little circles and shit,
Squiggles and
right?
shit, yep.
Yeah.
Circles and shit, which is very hard to read. So can you see that? I just put it in WhatsApp.
Yeah,
You can probably like bring it up. It looks like BMW.
Yeah. A little
Kinda.
bit.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that means it's pronounced TEP, THEP in Thai,
Yeah.
and TEP means God
Ah, so it's
slash
God
deity.
gigs.
So it means God gigs.
Right.
And that's my most obscure Asian factoid of
There you go.
I ever know. Yeah.
You learn something
There
new
we go.
every day.
Wow.
Yep.
Last
You're welcome.
player. Does Laz get in the honorable mentions or nah?
Who?
Probably not.
Probably nah.
Probably not.
Probably nah. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Japan just never did enough in CS to really warrant anything
I'd put in Rip Pablo Escobar just for memes. I
for the
guess.
name. If
Um,
we're doing that, I'd put Autus and KNTZ as well. But anyway,
okay, this is gonna be an honorable mention for me, and hear me out, right? Because we're not talking about all-time greatest. I would put Solo in for. Hear me out.
Sure.
For a very
I think
simple
that's
reason.
okay. Yeah.
Because he is in the early days of Counter-Strike, at least in 1.6, easily, like indisputably, the best Counter-Strike player we've ever had. And if we were having an all-time greatest Counter-Strike players of all time list, Solo is in my top 3, maybe even top 2. I'd make that argument, right? Because he was not just winning S-tier events back in the day, he was also fucking the best. Dude, when you have a top 20 players of all time in 1.6 ever across everything, Solo's there. Everyone's going to agree with this. He's there, right? He comes back after military service. He leaves Counter-Strike. They play fucking Crossfire or something, right? And then they come back into CSGO in 2015, 2016 as the MVP PK squad, right?
Yeah.
And they immediately became top 3 in Asia. Did they carry on, go on to do anything more crazy? No, because it was an old crew, right? Talking about Bale, Tillman, and all these boys. Solo was still fragging out. He was still looking good. And then later on, they picked up Zion and everything. He was the IGL, right? He was still relevant, not to the level of the top 20 players we have over here. He wasn't necessarily a top fragger or whatnot, but just the longevity of transitioning from being the best player ever in 1.6 from Asia to come in and still be relevant. Remember what we were talking about these guys in 2016, 2015 when they came back in? I would put him in honorable mention because it's fucking
Solo can go in. What about Davai? I think Davai gets in honorable mention as well.
Nah.
What for? Nah.
Yeah.
You're thinking Valorant. You're thinking Valorant.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Nah.
Second
Yeah,
best
you are.
Malaysian
No,
player.
he doesn't though. Paper X, like they
Second
didn't,
best?
They didn't even make it through open qualifiers, mate.
They
Absolutely
definitely
not.
did, bro. They
Okay.
qualified for a lot of international events. They got fisted
Bro.
at international events, but they did qualify.
Second
for
best
them.
Malaysian player, who I'd say is fucking Archop.
No.
Fucking Archop.
You're trolling.
No
That's
cap.
troll. That's troll. That's troll. Troll. Veto.
No.
I'm vetoing that one. Shout out
Wait,
Davai
what?
one time.
Is it Devi? Okay, Devi.
Nah, man. Davai didn't do anything in CS.
You're trolling. He was like the best player on Paper X for a long time. Towards the end.
Yeah, I
Paper
know.
X didn't do
But
jack for but paper. It's
Or
like comparing,
Boot Dreamscape. Whatever. Not
bro.
Paper X.
he wasn't on Boot Dreamscape, was he?
Yes, he was.
He was.
Oh, he was on Boot
You
Dreamscape.
guys
Wait,
are
you're
trolling.
Right. Hey, I
You
am
are
trolling,
forgetting
yeah.
Davai's career. 100%.
No, yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right. They,
What did they play, which is really relevant, bro?
I am Sydney.
I mean,
where
the
they
same
got
thing, the same amount of things that Solo played in.
0.5 rating in IM Sydney.
The same
The
things
one big
that,
event,
Yeah, but
0.5.
Olivia's on our fucking honorable mention list, bro. What did Olivia play in?
That's
That was
you
relevant?
bought him up.
No, that was not me. That was not
I put
me.
him on
That was Pilski. Pilski can put
Yeah,
Olivia on.
that was
You know what? I'm just putting
Yeah.
him. I don't give
Hey,
a fuck.
it's me, guys.
Pilski
I
can put Olivia.
on
I
the
can put
list.
Davai. Bleh can put Solo. They're all not quite there. Let's just be real. They're all not
If you're
quite there.
comparing Davai with Solo, you're so fucking cooked, mate. You're so
You
cooked.
know what's even better about the Solo thing is after he was a burnt toast CS:GO player and was relevant, he then played Valorant and got top 3 as an international event as a player, and he was
Then
well
became a
over
coach.
30. He was well over 30, and he's just still fucking still able to be competitive with fucking people half his age. Like,
We got 2 more honorable mention slots. 9.
2 more.
9 for the early time in the Mongols.
Wait, 2 more honorable mentions. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, Wes Mellon's not in honorable mentions? Are we serious?
He is. He's up there.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yep. What am I talking about? Not 9. Who am I talking about? Who am I thinking about? Oh, maybe I'm thinking about Cabal. We'll carry on past that one.
So moving on.
Awkward. I'm just trying to find who's the 2 that get in just because there's 2 slots, not because they deserve it.
Fuck. All right.
Wow.
Impression?
Wow.
Impression. If Davai goes in, Impression probably goes in.
Yeah, longevity.
Yeah. Impression
There for a long time.
Black Mamba.
Okay, but now that I'm looking at this list, now that I'm actually looking at this list, I agree. Black Mamba's in. No.
Shut the fuck up.
Now that I am looking at this list, you can't say
How about
Amelia?
cunts?
No, Amelia has to be in honorable mentions if we've got impression Devi.
Cunts. No, I'm having divine impression because you fucking force Amelia in. You fucking cunt.
Amelia's not on it right now.
Oh,
about-
took it
That's
out.
why
Oh,
I'm
fuck,
saying
what do you
Amelia's
like
got to
it?
be in here surely at this point.
How about Derek?
What about Derek? Sure, at this point. What about Wang
okay,
Jie
but-
from China? You guys
By the
remember
way,
Wang Jie?
when I said Archap, I'm not talking about Chapman. I'm talking about ACAP.
No, I know Archap. Yeah.
I think he should have been
Archap.
there, bro. He was fucking fragging out. Early days though. That's a problem. It was very, very early days.
Very early days. And not for a long time.
Yeah, that's also true. He was more like, late 1.6 early CS:GO. Is that, old school guy. I can't I can't put anyone else in, dude. Like,
Yep. All right. It's Amelia.
fucking
Amelia.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So that's that. Looking at the 20 list.
Jordan's favorite player made it in finally.
No, my favorite player on this list. Ooh, who would that be? Probably Jam Young or
Ben 10 for me.
or Splashkey. I'm a big Splashkey fan. Any changes to the list? We've got 2 minutes.
It's fine.
All right, I think it's fine too.
I can't wait for. I really can't wait for someone in the YouTube comments to be like, Bleh is an Indonesian racist.
Yeah.
He hates Mongolia. How dare you put Ben 10 over there? And there's going to be probably like a fucking, some guy who was maybe 2 years old when Ben 10 was fucking playing.
Yep.
I'm happy with this. I think it's fine. Honorable mentions, I could fight. I could
Oh,
fight
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Like, I would physically fight you for some
We're
of these,
definitely
but-
going down the list pretty far with that one.
But
for
a
sure.
top 20, I'm okay. I'm okay with this.
I'm a bit sad we haven't put Olivia in the top 20, but that's all right. I guess we can move on.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm a little- I'll tell you what hurts me then. I think like we've said this a couple of times already, but Kaze and Xcure not being in the top 10. But I can't make an argument or a case for it.
I mean,
We have to
there's
move
no
on.
world where they don't keep slipping further down. Like, if we do this again in
Yes.
12 months,
Yes.
Kaze and Extra might be lucky to get into the top 20, for example, if things keep
Legit.
going the way they are. Because all these newer players, are like G and Mazea and those newer names that are starting to come through. Like even like your Westmelons, if he continues to keep taking these teams to international events and being a decent fragging IGL, like they're gonna eclipse these kinds of guys. So that's where it's at now, as of 21st of July 2025. But things could definitely change in 12 months. We'll wrap it up there, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you check us out on Geographically Challenged. You can look that up on YouTube. You'll find us. And make sure to look forward to the next one. We'll be doing another one next month. I don't know exactly what the topic is, but I'm imagining, seeing as this one has been kind of fun to do, we'll do an ANZ one as well. We do have that on the list of things to do. So, if you're interested in that one, let us know. And also let us know how dumb you think we are. Peace out.